In this tutorial, we'll be covering Chroma Key application in SnapShot Studio Professional by popular request. So let's jump right in and take a look at the keying in SnapShot Studio. And we have our subject ready to go. And there we are, our 4 shots completed. And we're processing for print right at the moment. And there's an idea of what our final print will look like. So let's jump right in and take a look at the quality of the final print, which you may have seen my hand creep into the shot to reposition the model. So basically, I'm casting shadows. I'm changing ultimately the lighting condition as the keying is going on, and as you can see, the consistency is quite good. The lines are nice and clean, which is partially due to the quality of lighting. So let's quickly discuss lighting. With the Chroma Key application in SnapShot Studio, your lighting setup should basically be 2 lights on your subject, roughly 45 degrees out from the subject, left and right. This keeps the subject well lit. It also acts to cancel any shadows that may fall on your green screen. The second source of lighting would be for the green screen itself. You certainly want to make sure that you have a lot of separation between the subject and the background, and the best way to do that is to evenly light your green screen, being aware of hot spots and shadows. Now you can see we do have wrinkles in this backdrop. They're actually not very severe. They do offer a little bit of color variation, some shadows. This is minor. You don't have to stretch your background taut to make sure that it's wrinkle free. It's certainly not necessary, but you do want to minimize your wrinkling, your gathering of fabric, things like that. And again, above all, you want to make sure that that green really pops against the subject. So let's go ahead and take a look at our green screen controls. I'll just double click and go into double click the setting that we have and go into our page editor. We'll want to make sure that the enable Chroma Key option is selected. We'll also, in this case, we want to enable live chroma keying, and we want to select a background, which we'll do again. Any JPEG image with the roughly about 300 dpi. You do want to keep in mind of your photo cell size. In this case, in this layout, we have 4 photo cells. If you're doing a very precise layout, you do want to make sure that your backdrop, your Chroma Key backdrop, does conform to the physical dimensions of your photo cell. And again, the resolution is 300 dpi. So with that said, let's go right into the controls. And in the controls, we have a handful of sliders. The color range slider basically sets a minimum value and a maximum value of the color range that we wish to key. We have our brightness slider, again, minimum and maximum. The maximum for the brightness should in most times, most cases, be set to 1, where the minimum value you can alter to fine-tune your keying. Let's just see here. And the same with the saturation controls. So this controls the overall saturation of your color keying. I've gone a little too far. Let's see. But this helps certainly fine-tune your edging and brings the key edging in much tighter. Which brings us to our edge range controls. We have the same color spectrum as with the color range. Same general idea, minimum and maximum slider value settings. And basically we want to target the any potential remaining green that may be left over from the keying around the edges. This could happen with shadowing, things like that, so it allows you to better target those areas. We also have the edge desaturation control, which is tied into the edge range. And to give you an idea of what that does, let's knock down the keying and leave the edge range, and I'll just crank this all the way up, the saturation, and you'll see everything was pretty much knocked out and turned gray. This certainly helps if you run into an unfortunate situation where you have color spill, a green or blue spill on your subject. We have our soften edges control, which basically will lightly feather your edges. And you want to use this sparingly, as you can see. I'm pretty much fading out the edges of our subject here. Typically, you'll want to stay at a value from 0 to about 3, maybe 4. Let's say that's a value of 1. For what we're doing here, 1 is perfect. It provides us with nice keying. And lastly, and strongly suggested, is that you take a few shots as a sample with your photo booth, and jump in and pull the single shots, the individual image shots, to fine-tune your keying. Depending on your location, depending on the lighting conditions, you may have a changing ambient light source, which will certainly affect your keying. The less control over your lighting, the more difficulty you're going to have with your overall keying. So at most, you'll want to do your setup, take a couple of quick test shots. If the keying isn't optimal, you'll want to jump right into the key settings panel, choose one of those sample images, and readjust your controls accordingly. Again, a little bit with these controls goes a long way. For the range, again, it's just basically honing in on your green or blue if you're using a blue screen. With the brightness and saturation controls, you pretty much want to stay with moving the minimum value at small increments around to improve your keying. Again, same with the saturation, both of these. Edge range, you want to continue to follow suit with the color of your keying range, more or less. And the edge desaturation, which you can alter to varying degrees, but for the most part, you'll want to keep that value down to the -1 value, which is to your far left.